This WAFL Colts broadcast is brought to you by Electrical Group Training. Considering a career as an electrician, visit egt.net.au to start your journey. Amy, when the bounce serves you a clanger, lucky you're with Amy. And Front Row Screens, your local streaming superheroes.
And a very warm welcome to Lane Group Stadium for round 13 of the EGT WAFL Colts. It is the 6th place Pure Thunder hosting the back-to-back-to-back reigning premier, the 2nd place Claremont live in Mandurah. My name is Ethan Roth. It's a pleasure to have your company on the WAFL official YouTube channel here under lights from Lane Group Stadium, where the Thunder are 9% out of the top 5 coming into round 13. Claremont, they sit 2nd, 5% outside top spot as well. So both these sides have their own motivation. Claremont to try and keep in touching distance of that minor premiership or that top 2. Of course, top 3 is where you want to be finishing. And Pure Thunder coming off a winless season last year. Top 5 well and truly in their sights. They sit 5%, as I said, behind Subiaco coming into round 13. These sides last met in round 2. It was a 51-point win to Claremont at Revo Fitness Stadium. Harry Brooks kicked 3 goals that day. He comes back into the lineup with a host of inclusions for Claremont off the back of some really strong performance with the PSA for Christchurch. Trent Robertson as well, kicking 2 goals that day for Pure Thunder. One of the leading goal kickers in the competition. He'll be pivotal tonight. Looking at those team changes for both sides, there is 4 ins for Pure Thunder. Bradley Braden comes in for his first game since round 5. Reed Galletti, his first game since round 9 and his 2nd game altogether. Fraser Leishman, congratulations to him on debut for Pure Thunder. 7 futures games, he makes his Colts debut tonight. And Bowl McCush comes back into the lineup for the first time since round 9. While for Claremont, they've got a mammoth 10 ins. Jared Ballard, Jevon Bin-Swanny, who's been playing reserves footy last week. Harry Brooks, as I mentioned. Regan Christensen, premier goal kicker for Claremont, comes back into the team. Kai Collins, Tyson Edwards, Sam Irving, Jacob Key for the first time in a long time. And a couple of debutants in the form of Jake Rubens and Liam Unicombe. So they've got a couple of debutants themselves coming into the lineup. Unicombe been in some solid form as well in the PSA for Hale, making his way to Colts level now here tonight. Pure Thunder have not beaten Claremont since round 18, 2022, so approaching 4 years. We know Claremont's dominant since that time, highlighted by 3 consecutive premierships. But they've got a new group this season under a new coach in Mark Cossum. 4 from 4 would be extremely rare in the Colts competition. No team has done it since the 1990s, which was Claremont, so that tells you enough in itself how dominant they've been. About ready to get underway here. Friday night footy from Lane Group Stadium. It's Pure Thunder up against Claremont. Pure not winning a game since Claremont in almost 4 years. Can they break that tonight and upset the Tigers at the home ground? First to it there. Tigers wrapped up. It's Gallagher. Pure Thunder in the darker Guernseys tonight, but still easily identifiable between the two sides as the boundary throw-in maybe looms. Griffith Edwards, the co-captain, claiming it, but boundary umpire saying, "I'll have it, thanks." Pure Thunder right in the game with West Perth last week, but West Perth just overran them in the end. Claremont, they're coming off a rare loss against East Reynolds, 3 points. A close one, they'll be looking to bounce back. Quick inside 50 for the Tigers. At the coalface was Edwards, Tyson Edwards that is. Clark, and Bynes there with Giller, and they look to bring it out the far side to Pure Thunder. They're header over at the moment. One out there, and lowering their eyes the Tigers, and hitting their forward up well. And it's Harry Brooks on the end of it, who, as I mentioned, been in some rare form for Christchurch this year in the PSA. Had 20 disposals and 3 goals in their last game. Side that struggled as well in the PSA, so a lot of goals when up against tough opponents. 3 goals, as I mentioned, back in round 2 against Peel Thunder. Comes in, Harry Brooks. Umpire barely moves, and he's taking his form at school level to Colts, starting off here tonight in Mandurah. Well, Harry Brooks, his first Colts game since round 7, kicked 6 goals from 4 Colts games coming into tonight. Has only had 1 goalless game at Colts level this year, despite being in and out of the side with school football commitments. He strikes first for the Tigers here at Lane Group Stadium. Back in the middle again. Darling in the ruck. Comes down. Irving. Also been plying his trade with Hale in the PSA. Kicks in the Brooks direction. One way then the other. Went Braden, one of those inclusions for the Thunder tonight, getting his hands on the ball early. Spun in a 360. Was Unicombe on debut, and will have a boundary throw in deep in the forward pocket for Claremont. Don't often travel too much into Lane Group Stadium. Friday night footy, the occasion. It's a pleasure to have your company on the live official YouTube channel. Round 13 getting underway. Brooks having to do the ruck work. Putting his head over it was Edwards, and Thompson has him wrapped up. Out of mid-air went Thompson, comes away with Irving on the left, keeps in the field of play. Brooks can have a run on the jump if he wants to, just taken out of it there. And Peel Thunder take the mark deep in the back half. Short ball to Giller. There you go, Giller. Brings consistency together this season for Peel Thunder. Not his best kick, just a short ball, but he'll get it back now. Across the face of goal went Fenton. At 32 last week, now in the 17. Through traffic went Gallagher. Can they pick it up cleanly here, the Tigers? Not quite. Trying to do everything he can was Unicombe again. And lying on top of it, a couple of players will have a ball up. No Mitch Sterling tonight for the Thunder, so that'll be a task for their back 6 to deal with. I'm back into the lineup recent weeks, did Mitch Sterling, a key cog in their back half, but next man mentality is what they'll have to have in the Brooks direction now, just between his fingertips, and seeing it out there is Ballard. Played reserves footy last week, so Claremont's ability to go up the grades and have a whole club mentality between reserves, the league and Colts. First class for the Tigers. Thrown back in. Ball's majority been in Claremont's forward half. Quick kick around the corner there from Giltro. Putting together a superb season for Claremont. And here come Peel Thunder out of their back half. McCush has to play from behind. First to it for the Tigers, it's going to be Hewitt. Goes back now to Williams. Williams into the corridor, dangerous kick, but Huxtable did all right. 24 disposals last time these sides met. At full stretch went Bin Swanee, who get the 1-2 back off a standing set. That won't be 15 metres. Giltro just has to stand his ground. Back it's Huxtable. Keeping his feet momentarily, Trovarello. Back in board. And they get a quick fire on goal. Snapping ball, hit the belly of the ball in the end, but it might stay in the field of play. Reeling it with one arm in the end, almost the Tigers forward. And it's not the worst result to keep it locked in. Christensen at the bottom of that pack. be lively tonight as well. Quick kick comes out one way then the other. Benefit of the doubt given towards the Tigers. Through traffic this time is Braden. Peel Thunder under pressure early. 7 minutes gone, one straight goal. Harry Brooks, Peel Thunder yet to score. It's not at the end that they wanted at the moment, but their backs are holding up well. Doing the ruck work. Peel Thunder break out of jail, playing from in front is Carr. Live wire, small forward. Work up the ground for Peel on his left. Goes out wide. McCush, the intended target. That's a great mark on the defensive end by his direct opponent. Might have been key there. Into the corridor again. McFarlane, his first year of Colts, outside of the boot, has a slam it in mentality over the head of his intended target in the form of Albrecht. Peel Thunder looks to bring it to this broadcast side now. A nice fist there to see it out from Ballard. Just caught the runner there. He's in the wrong place. Not through any fault of his own. Thrown back in once again. Darling, Clark, Cooper around the corner. Plenty of purchase on it. Playing from in front is Williams, and always looks likely to take that a mark over his opponent. Wants to switch it to Ram. Now Huxtable. Huxtable's short kick looking to draw the opponent. And it's inside 50 now for the Tigers. Edwards spilt it. Giller slams on the boot. McCush got a bit of separation on his opponent, but the bounce did not treat him kindly whatsoever. Little comes to support for the Thunder. A couple of players go to ground trying to rip it out. It was Ram, and umpire says, I'll have it. Claremont could argue they should have a bit more bang for buck, but credit to Peel Thunder staying in the hunt. Early days of this one. EGT WAFL Colts round 13 action live on the WAFL official YouTube channels. Giltro read that best. Brooks is on a searching lead. Dropped the mark that he usually would take. Follows up his work though. And receiving it, Huxtable on the outside of his boot. He started to get busy early. First to it, the Thunder is Hunt. Came back last week and switched across to goal. Short ball, Thunder can't quite hit the target, trying to turn their opponents inside out. Following up was Russell. And boundary line, the only result there that Clark could be okay with. Claremont coming into this one warm favourites, but Peel Thunder, their form has been an improvement to say the least from last year. 4 wins next to their name in season 2026 already. Going to grab it cleanly at the Tigers. Getting involved, Hewitt, as was Irving. And again, we'll have a stoppage in the middle of the ground. Claremont doing well to find some players who've been out from state 18's duties. They had a 16-point win WA earlier in Big Country, so chance again for more players to step up in the absence of those stars. First win since 2019 over at Marvel Stadium. Giller, eyes light up. Robertson's in a pole position. Maybe had his arm chop. This is the furthest Peel have got it so far tonight, and they won't be too disappointed to wrap it in. Edwards, also a jumper change for him tonight, the 19. He wears the 39. Good fist there. Darling. And then Giltro slams it on the boot. Outnumbered here the Tigers, but it didn't matter. Safe chest mark is taken. They go one end to the other and try and draw the opponent. You can see that's what they've got on mind. Blakeney inside 50. Here's a chance. Well, this player back there was Ballard, and Pure Thunder not 15, said the umpire, so forced to play on was Whelan. And boundary throw in, right on the far side. Push to go into the ruck for Pure Thunder. Plenty of purchase on that hitter. He's faithful. First time calling his name tonight. The Don't Argue successful initially on Gallagher, but the support came and they'll get a free kick here. Claremont trying to lower their eyes in the direction of Brooks. Nicely chopped off though by the Thunder. Chipping ball to Davison. Thunder eager to move it onto this broadcast side. Thompson came back into the lineup last week, kicked a goal and had 19 disposals against West Perth after a long stint out since round 4. Here's Clark. Continues to be a key contributor leading from the front each week. Ryan moving up to half forward. And Pringle. Been amongst the Thunder's best this season. Again, getting involved, Faithful. Too far out to score. He's just going to try and set it up at full stretch there. It was Patton, and he might get rewarded with a free kick here. Slight jumper hold, and it's going to be the third gamer to go back and try and slot his first and get the Thunder on the board and remarkably tie up the playing field here. Guy Patton. It's one of the best goals you'll see at the other end here against East Perth on the run, tied up on the boundary. Key presence that he's provided for his Thunder teammates that game and also last week. His 17th year from Hall's Head. Guy Patton. Can he come in? Dan will tell you the story off the boot, and it's successful for the Thunder. Well, they've taken their opportunity when they've had it. It's been all Claremont really in terms of field possession and time in their forward half, but the scoreboard says a different story. In the 24 tonight, wore the 43 in his first couple of games. And it's one straight kick apiece here at Lane Group Stadium. Turning to the centre. Edwards tried to grab it out of there. Christensen gone into the ruck for Claremont. Just overrunning it slightly was Trovarello. Pringle puts his head over it as he often does. Great strength there in the contest to remove the tackle. Handball from Cooper. Initially looks okay. Again at the bottom of that pack. Pringle saying can't do much more. Irving caught from behind. Certainly been a lot of improvement Stephen Thompson's side since that round 2 51-point deficit at Brero Fitness Stadium. Cooper, he was one of their best that day. 24 disposals and a goal. Topped off by the Tigers. Standing underneath it. Huxtable, he's been ultra impressive. Tried to hit up Unicomb there, but having other ideas with the Thunder. Almost losing his footing there for a second was Faithful. Luckily, kept his balance. Mixed directions of where they want the ball to come from. Eventually, they're going to bring this broadcast sergeant say back to Faithful, the next link of the chain. You want to switch it up again. He looks like he wants to, but honours the lead of one of his teammates. They'll get the 1-2 wheel and just mucking around with it a little bit here, Peel Thunder, but Claremont also give credit for them for setting up well and creating that pressure. Here's Huxtable again. Long down the line. Brooks the intended target, trying to get separation on his opponent. Both eventually had eyes for the footy. Hunt wheels back on his left side. Huxtable's going to sit underneath. He's got a couple of underplays to contend with. A bit of miscommunication. Winning it at ground level was Rubens. On debut. Not 15, he had the call from the umpire. Reek wasn't sure whether to go or not. Edwards came through the pack. Huxtable, one way then the other. Goes to Ram. His teammate lost his footing though. Couldn't quite snatch it off turnover. Rovarello did well to keep his cool. And then on the far side, the foot race is on. Who can win it? Claremont do in the end. Giltro's short, going to use that to full advantage. Then use the run and carry of Irving. Irving might want to go back in a similar direction, had to go on the left. Touched off the boot. A scrappy affair with under 7 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. Quick kick around the body, Brooks. Can he spin out? Where are the crumbers for the Tigers? There they are. Dropping the ball though. Tremendous pressure from the Thunder. And that's desperation at its finest to restrict Tigers from having a shot on goal. Edwards caught. They just look to keep the tempo on their side. Kush underneath it. Slight jumper hold enough to be deemed a free kick. Has a couple of players running past. Wants the keeper on the Hayden Ballantyne wing. Irving's going to come across. And a boundary throw-in. We'll admit this is can be challenging with the Guernseys to see the players on the far side of the ground, but managing well, and both teams managing this contest well than each other. Kick around the body, Provorello. And next link in the chain. Smother off the boot, another desperation act there. Unicomb getting involved, running through. Here come the Tigers. It's going to be Rubens who slams it into the post, and would have been a great moment on debut there. Impact in the air enough to be the water for the free kick killer. Like a bit of the ball in his forward half, but offers the support. 5 minutes remaining in this opening term. EGT WAFL Colts around 13. It's a 1 point lead for the visitors at the moment. Faithful wants to do something about that. Kick into the corridor. Hunt. Hunt remains central at full stretch. It was Little. Around the corner. Reading it well. Edwards. And then taking the mark just in the field of play at the Tigers. % possession in favour of the Thunder, so they've worked their way into this one. It remains in the forward half there for the Tigers. Here's the big man, Darling, who couldn't quite execute the way he'd like, and another behind for the Tigers. Whelan to do the inbounding duties, plays on. And chipping ball out wide. Another stoppage. Scrappy ball to win. Doing well was Trovarello. Back in the similar direction that it came from this Dan Whelan, who intercepting one of his best strengths, that's for sure, in the air. Also running carry quite well for the Thunder. Good sidestep as well there, kept his composure, then went low. And Edwards doing enough to just be in the way. Trying to get Brute to ball was Hewitt, and he did so, but only as far as the boundary line, which means it'll be a Lasso's Pringle. Faithful. Get the feeling he's the type of player that likes the Friday on occasion is Tassie Faithful. Great name to call. Carr. 2.5 minutes on the clock before the first break. 2-point lead, low scoring as it stands towards the Tigers. Trovarello, good pace there, just tapped it to his advantage. Lowered the eyes, misfired with the kick. Here's a chance for Pure Thunder to do something with it. Illegal disposal, said the umpire. And Claremont might have broken out of jail there through Williams, part of the state squad. Hasn't got a look into the under-18s team just yet, but with a game to play, you never know. Although they are on the other side of the country, so what an opportunity it could be if he was able to fly us for the last game. Wait to see what happens. Claremont won't be too disappointed that he's playing Colts for the go, and that's a mark that's chopped off by Cow. Just taken in the field of play. From Russell. Last game of this ground against East Perth. He hit the scoreboard. Patton, the intended target, but floating in from the side is Robertson. And anytime he gets a free run at the footy, good luck, because marking is one of his strong points. And Trent Robertson, the only multiple goal kicker back in round 2 for the Thunder, kicking a couple. And what a presence he's been this year in the Colts competition. Tough kick. Is anyone that can do it? It's the 194 centimetre forward for Pure Thunder to give them the lead heading into quarter time, and a bit disappointed from the sidelines. Doesn't register a score in the end. Some pleasing signs for Pure Thunder nonetheless to go into the first break with. Poverello, one last chance perhaps for the Tigers to make an assault on the scoreboard. 30 seconds remaining. Looking corridor, chipping ball. At ground level was Ballard. Bounce went the other way. Going to ground, Tigers. Williams eventually moves the right way, and he's going to be caught for running too far, which you don't often see with a player back circling like that. Clock continues to run. Faithful's going to have to be very quick, and it's going to have to be quick kick inside 50, and Clock beats the Thunder there. Maybe could have had a set shot in the end, but would have been an ambitious attempt either way. But the Thunder at the moment, they're up for the challenge despite being a couple of points down. 1 goal straight, the Thunder. They trailed Claremont 1-2-8. Under lights here at Lane Group Stadium. Round 13 of the EGT WAFL Colts. And we'll be back on the other side of this for the second quarter between the Thunder and the 3-time back-to-back-to-back reigning Premier Claremont. Second quarter coming up right after this.
You don't need me to tell you.
Whether you're playing, coaching or umpiring, there's people of all ages, genders and backgrounds in our great game.
Find out more at wafootball.com.au. Teachers have to deal with a lot.
Especially if there's a few troublemakers, hey Bellas.
Give them a hand by letting WA Football visit your school for a lesson in team building, fair play and fun. Search WA Football to find out more.
Hey mates, ready to power up your career with EGT? As a proud sponsor of the WAFL, we're all about teamwork and training winners. With EGT, our apprenticeships in electrical trades are hands-on, so you can start working and earning faster, so you can forget the debt and dive straight into earning. Join us today and get the best of both worlds. Great training with the thrill of the game. Don't just dream about success, wire it up with EGT. Visit egt.net.au and kickstart your career.
Take it from me, great things happen at the WAFL.
Valentine rides and goals.
With free entry for kids, future stars on the ground, and a kick to kick at every break. The WAFL is where footy memories start and legends are made. Follow the WAFL on socials or get to a game.
They could have made it round.
Let's have a ball.
Instead, they made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Let's have a day. We'll do the round. We'll do the ball. Let's have a ball. Don't tell if you do.
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
For me, football is more than just a game, because football can be anything you make it. It can be for friendship, for fitness, and for giving back. It's for all genders and ages. It's for those from the Kimberley to the Great Southern. It's for fun, for extra pocket money, or for a lifetime career. Football is for everyone, for history and for connection to your community. Football is for all. Search WA Football to find your local club.
Welcome back to Lane Group Stadium. Second quarter not too far away between the Thunder and the Tigers here at EGT WAFL Colts. Round 13 action, and it's the Tigers by 2 solitary points, 1 goal straight. The Thunder to Claremont's 1-2-8. The goal kickers so far Jai Patton, 1 disposal, 1 goal for him. Complete efficiency, while Harry Brooks on return to the Claremont lineup kicked the first of the evening for the Tigers. Low scoring first quarter, but both teams right in it, neck and neck, which hasn't often been the case between these two sides in recent years. As mentioned earlier in the Colt, 4 years, round 18, 2022 was the last time the Thunder beat Claremont in Colts. Second quarter underway here from Lane Group Stadium. It's going to be Darling in the ruck to resume for the Tigers. Wins the hit out down. Rubens underneath it for Tigers. Leading disposal getters so far. Whelan 9 and Gallagher 8 for the respective sides. Edwards in the ruck up against Darling. Comes down to Rubens on debut. Peel Thunder across goal. Hugging the boundary line. Good fist there over the line. And see the applause there from Claremont teammates to see that out. Thrown in once more. Darling went off the deck. Unicomb playing from behind. Good tackle there. And unlucky not to be rewarded perhaps. Yeah, another hit out to Darling. Handball to one of the runners. Coming down. Blakeney. Backwards to go forward. The mentality. Huxtable on the end of it now. Chipping ball. Didn't waste too much time. Can Unicomb keep it in? He can. Just in the field of play. It was a tough one to assess in terms of how much momentum he had to take to time his run. And Liam Unicomb have a first crack at a goal in Colts footy. 17-year-old who's been applying his trade at Hale. Banana never looked likely and out of bounds on the full. Mark nonetheless though. Braden wants to go short. Thompson. Averaging a tick under 25 disposals in the Colts competition this year from 5 games. Not sure anyone touched that. It'll be brought back in the field of play by Claremont. Williams, so often involved. Squad last year that went all the way. South Fremantle with the decider of the stadium. No doubt be the aim again this year. Huxtable. This will be disposal number 9. Things get very busy. Number 21 for Claremont. Long down the line. Brooks in pole position. And Unicomb was off there, but umpire called it boundary throw in. And thrown for the Tigers set. Still searching for their second. A lot of time in their forward half in the first quarter. And similar scenario. The second, Brooks doing the ruck work. Clark on Rubens. Thompson wins out, gave it over there to Whelan. Had to be quick. Carr just timed his run well. Wants to keep the ball moving. Puts out the path there of Clark, and it was well weighted in the end. The captain can run, keep running if he wants to. Here come Peel Thunder. The floater off the boot. Patton's going back with the flight. The Tigers might try and see this through, and they do. They can keep playing on Patton at the moment. A 1-point ball game. First score of the quarter goes to Peel Thunder. No trouble running out of their back half. Darling had a couple of bites at the cherry. Second was successful. Huxtable again screaming for it and playing in front. Rubens. Huxtable providing the run and the carry. Diving at full stretch was Albrecht. And then the finish probably deserved better there for the Tigers. Might have been Rubens on the end of it again. They extend their lead out to the lead that it was at quarter time. Just about 5 minutes gone here in the second term. Bruce wanting to take this game by the scruff of the neck. Peel Thunder can go into the 5 with a win tonight. Claremont can go outright top of the ladder. Of course, games to play, call to play on there. Sometimes see those ping for 50 metres. Slingshot footy. Can Claremont capitalise here? Another behind coming up for them. Don't often see that happen. The players colliding there and resulting in the ball to spill free. The Thunder were part of a low-scoring first half last week as well, so not strangers to it. Giltro chops it off. No obvious target in mind, but in the end, he went as short as you could go. Unicombe doing the team thing, and Brooks, you leave him for a split second, he can charge at the footy like that, and Harry Brooks can go back for number 2. Well done there by Unicombe. Could have been forgiven having a shot from a similar point to where his last one was, albeit a bit further out, but recognising that Brooks was on the lead. Harry Brooks kicks goals for fun, no matter the level. And that's one's just drifting left to right. So the behind's starting to stack up for Claremont now. 1-1-7 Peel Thunder, 1-5-11 Claremont. Just over 6 minutes gone in this second term. Just misfiring the target there. Claremont, clean pick up in the end. McFarlane, he's going to be caught though, had to feed it out wide. Collins, going to work their way through traffic. A couple of Thunder players showing their desperation. Christensen playing that forward ruck role. Giltro around the corner. Went Gallagher to the top of the square. Slight fumble. Was that a high free kick? Thunder defenders can't believe it, and it's going to be a set shot for the Tigers. Just playing from in front and doing enough to win it in the end. At ground level. Going to be Tyson Edwards back into the lineup tonight. Kicked 2 goals back in round 2, so doesn't mind playing the Thunder. And can he add to it here? Wasn't overly convincing, but Claremont get their second, and they get a bit more breathing room in the second quarter. It felt like it was coming for a little while there, and it comes off the boot of number 20 in the form of Tyson Edwards. Seven goals from 9 games for Tyson Edwards. 10-point buffer now the Tigers have over the Thunder. Handball out wide. They come again here through Collins. Collins trying to lower the eyes. Good fist there. Came from the Thunder. At ground level, Cow and Fenton hugging the boundary line. Good enough just to make a contest of it. There was Ward. Win-win, you could say, in that contest. Thrown back in, Edwards and Christensen going off the deck, just trying to get into meterage. The Tigers bounce sat well there for Ballard. Playing from behind, Albrecht. Brooks from long distance does the team thing, goes short and finds Blakeney. And Tigers starting to get on top here in the second quarter off the back of that last goal. Blakeney have a shot from about 35 metres. They get successive goals in a matter of moments. Claremont just to the right-hand side, another behind for them. 11-point lead here in Mandurah. It's caught in two minds. Going to be called to play on, so just chips it wide and pressure came in, but making the mark. Rest of the games to come tomorrow for round 13, so this one kicking off. Night footy been a key feature of the Colts season so far this season. Here come Claremont back in the direction that it came. At full stretch went Brooks, had a fair piece of it in the end. Unicomb's down there. Direction of the handball went backward to goal. Not sure about that for the Thunder. And well, Brooks could have been in there. Had it for a long time. Boundary throw on the result. Thunder, it's the one behind in this quarter. They want to extend the lead even more. Palm down. Trying to paddle it to their advantage. Thunder have the numbers here, but might go back across the face of goal. Umpire says they'll have it. Got to be careful here. Guilt throw right on the hammer of the opponent. Was pleading for it. Umpire benefit of the doubt towards the Thunder. Another behind. 2-7 for them. We saw 1 goal 19 last week for South Fremantle, so obviously exceeded that in terms of goals scored, but wouldn't want it to be anything like that. Claremont, they do lead though by 12 points. The Thunder just having a tricky time getting out of their back half at the moment. Smothered off the boot. Hugging the boundary line. Over the top, Giller. Coming to support. Good smother out of bounds. Boundary through in. Roots Edwards. Christensen made an impact. Pringle just lost it. Faithful will get a free kick though. Started the game well, Tassie Faithful. Pringle wants the 50-metre penalty. Umpire wasn't having any of it. Then puts it out wide. Hooper. He goes down the line. Tall timber of Edwards. Trying to get it back, Huxtable. Had to go backwards. Trying to turn their opponent inside out. Williams on the left. Over the back. Claremont could be out here. They can grab it cleanly, which they can in the end through Albrecht. And now Edwards. He can deliver inside 50. It's going to be Blakeney again who can have another set shot. Bit closer this time, but similar distance to where his last one was. Noah Blakeney, 4 goals this season. Can he add his 5th here? 6 games. Comes in, and again, same result as his last kick. So a couple behind Texas his name. 2-8 Claremont sit now, and while they lead by 13 points, they have had a real opportunity here to put the Thunder away, certainly as far as the first half is concerned. A long game to play out. Thunder changed it up this time just in front of us here at Lane Group Stadium. Irving got the kick away as he went to ground, and back and forth at the moment. Claremont can just tie up their accuracy. It's going to be a real advantage taking the mark there. Edwards, who did kick the last for the Tigers. famous name in footy, Tyson Edwards. It's Tyson Edwards making his own mark at Colts level. The right-hand side of the screen, right-hand side of the goalpost, been a bit of a theme for the Tigers. 2 goals, 9 that now. What can Peel Thunder generate? Back to where they last went. Pringle just pushed off it in the end, and not 1, not 2, but 3 bites of the cherry, and seeing it over there was Gallagher, co-captain for Claremont in season 2026. Premiership player as well. Experience taken into a new season. Darling. In fact, it was Christensen had to tackle it to himself in the end because teammate lost his footing, Gallagher, but what he didn't lose was the ferociousness on the tackle. Did he play on? Not quite. Has to go back onto his line. Who number 9 is going out of there, Pringle and Gallagher in the end. Chips it inside 50. Brooks just went with the one hand in the end. Christensen is down there. A couple of Tigers combine and found to throw in the result. Kush going into the ruck now for the Thunder. Hasn't had a huge impact in this first half. Know what he can do though. Talent he possesses over age prospect. Just stripped of it there. Now down the line. Who presents? Giller does. Thompson in there, and they want the boundary line. Made it pretty obvious from where we were sitting. But there was enough pressure for it to be deemed fair. Regan Christensen made the high free kick known to the umpire. Might try and get the 1-2 here. He's quick to play on with it. Low ball. Bro. He lost it. And they might try and shepherd this out of bounds, but having other ideas in mind is Davison. So, scoring has just slowed up a fraction here. Both these sides. Multiple behinds in a row for Claremont. 2-9 at the moment. Peel Thunder is the one behind in this quarter. 1-1-7 trails 2-9-21. Push. Palmed it down. Giltro did well to get a handball out from that. Thompson slams it on the boot. Great mark in the air. By Little, we know what he can do in the air. Carr has to work back onto his left side. Rare inside 50 in terms of this quarter is concerned, but making full use of it was Robertson in the air. And, well, it's sort of been the story of Peel Thunder when they have gone forward. I know they've only kicked 1 goal to date, but as they did in the first quarter through Robertson, all the entries that Claremont have had can't convert. The Thunder can go down the other end as they've done and make it the most that they want it to. Trent Robertson strides in, knows this ground so well, and Trent Robertson has a couple. He's got both for the Thunder, and well, Claremont will be disappointed. For all the chance they had, it's back to a single-figure margin. Robertson should say he's only kicked the 1. Of course, the other goal was Patton, but very used to Trent Robertson kicking multiple goals. I'm sure he'll be in the frame to still do that tonight. He's kicked 24 goals now, averaging over a couple of goals a game in season 2026. 8 points the margin. Trovarello burst through broke through with ease. Trovarello won his own ball. Could he go all the way? Hits the bottom of the post, and that would have been highlight of the night, to say the least. Peel Thunder waste no time, bring it back out. Pace there, Trovarello. Hard to ignore. Cross goal, just hangs in the air for a fraction, but Benton makes the uncontested mark, and now Davison might have been off on his line. He's caught in two minds here. Ball to play on, goes down the line. Wobbler off the boot. And getting a hand to it to see it out was Rubens. Appreciate EGT support throughout the 2026 season, making it possible for the EGT WAFL Colts to come to you live on the WAFL official YouTube channel. Under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. 9 points the ball game. Thunder making most of that. A couple of opportunities. Morello went out of mid-air after losing it initially. Rips it out of himself. Great core strength to stay on his feet. Giltroy up towards the half-forward flank. Puts it in a central position. Flying there. Christensen, maybe an unrealistic attempt, but it was in the end. Mark was taken anyway. Taking a pick who has it for the Thunder. It's Fenton, who's holding up well in the back half. No Mitch Sterling tonight for the Thunder, so players have to step up. Fenton certainly doing that. He's Clark, the captain for the home side. Chipping ball. Whelan, Clark wants to get it back. Fends off quite comfortably in the end. Kicks up towards centre half forward. Faithful sits underneath it. We know he can take a mark when presented the opportunity. Thompson through congestion. It's a pretty good looking kick in the end. Going back with the flight. Good mark there. Didn't take his eyes off it for a split second. McFarlane. Expect not too many unnecessary risks. Claremont out of their back half from here. Darling the key target, but Edwards is right there with him. Ward there, so too Russell. High free kick that should be, and umpire says it was. Down the line. Darling. Tripped of it was Ward. Couple minutes remain. I think Peel Thunder will be pretty content going into half-time with a single-figure trail by margin. That's what it's going to be. They'll want to find their third if they can, though, before that. Claremont could have been a much different story if they kicked straight. A lot easier said than done from up here, but 2 goals 10. Those 2-1 at the moment. Darling has players screaming for it further upfield. Brooks, the key target. Unicombe there, sliding in. Peel Thunder, umpire circling, and says I'll have it. Tigers turn some of that inaccuracy around. Other than that, it's been hard to fault so far tonight. Cooper, just head over it. Trying to slam it out. Holding front position there was Croy. I haven't called his name too much tonight, but stepped up in recent weeks. 3 goals on this ground against East Perth. Nicely weighted kick for Cooper. He lowers his eyes, pinpoints the kick. Robertson, they were right on the same page there with what they wanted to do. Hewitt keeps his composure, going back with the flight. Courageous stuff there by Darling, slow to his feet. Unicombe, how's the handball there? Just the footy smarts to move the ball on quickly. Around the corner. It's not going to trouble the goal scoring, and clock continues to run. Not the worst thing for the Thunder. They want half-time to come thick and fast, but one last chance perhaps for the Claremont to strike before the main break. Peel Thunder, who did it late at this end of the ground in the first quarter. Can Claremont replicate that here to extend their lead? Big fist there from Brooks. Handball comes out. Hospital hand pass there from Edwards, but it did buy a bit of time. And that might just about do it here from Lane Group Stadium. It's been an interesting first half and doesn't really paint the picture of how dominant Claremont have been, but it's a credit for Peel Thunder for taking their chances when Claremont have it. And it's a 9-point lead for the visitors here in Mandurah. EGT WAFL Colts action for round 13. Low scoring affair, but it's what we like here in a close encounter. We'll be back with the second half as the players take a break. We'll do the same live from the commentary position on the WAFL official YouTube channel. It's half time with the Tigers leading by 9 points.
You don't need me to tell you.
Whether you're playing, coaching or umpiring, there's people of all ages, genders and backgrounds in our great game.
Find out more at wafootball.com.au. Teachers have to deal with a lot.
Especially if there's a few troublemakers, hey Bellas.
Give them a hand by letting WA Football visit your school for a lesson in team building, fair play and fun. Search WA Football to find out more.
Hey mates, ready to power up your career with EGT? As a proud sponsor of the WAFL, we're all about teamwork and training winners. With EGT, our apprenticeships in electrical trades are hands-on, so you can start working and earning faster, so you can forget the debt and dive straight into earning. Join us today and get the best of both worlds. Great training with the thrill of the game. Don't just dream about success, wire it up with EGT. Visit egt.net.au and kickstart your career.
Take it from me, great things happen at the WAFL.
Valentine rides and goals.
With free entry for kids, future stars on the ground and a kick to kick at every break. The WAFL is where footy memories start and legends are made. Follow the WAFL on socials or get to a game.
They could have made it round.
Let's have a ball.
Instead, they made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Let's have a dance. We'll do the rock. We'll do the ball. Let's have a ball. Don't tell if you do.
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
For me, football is more than just a game because football can be anything you make it. It can be for friendship, for fitness and for giving back. It's for all genders and ages. It's for those from the Kimberley to the Great Southern. It's for fun, for extra pocket money or for a lifetime career. Football is for everyone, for history and for connection to your community. Football is for all. Search WA Football to find your local club.
Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Alright, 'cause I'm free.
Welcome back to Lay Group Stadium. Second half, not too far away between the Thunder and the Tigers. EGT WAFL Colts action for round 13. It's been a low-scoring affair. Just the 4 goals we've seen tonight, 2 apiece to each side. Robertson and Patton, the goal kickers for Peel Thunder, while for Claremont, Brooks and Edwards. Claremont, as we can see there, 2 goals 10. It's hard to ignore, but they do still have a lead of 9 points. As the players just go through their warm-ups back after half-time. Claremont with a win tonight can go outright top of the ladder. Of course, still 3 games to come, including South Fremantle and Subiaco tomorrow, which South Fremantle are currently the leaders on the ladder coming into tonight. Peel Thunder, they've got Subiaco in their sight too, 10% in front of them by percentage currently. So a valuable 4 points coming up here. Claremont had 52% possession in their favour, but they haven't quite been able to take their opportunities in front of goal. I'll be hoping they can turn that around in the third quarter. Appreciate your company here on the live official YouTube channel. Colts action from Mandurah. Looking at some of the major ball winners, Austin Huxtable up to 15 disposals, lead both sides. Number 21 for Claremont, while James Whelan 13 disposals for Peel Thunder in the back half, which probably tells you been down there a bit more than they'd like, with all due respect to James Whelan. Fantastic player. Certainly held up his end of the bargain down there for Peel Thunder. Players just making their way to their positions. $14 fresh faces as well, all up tonight in terms of players in and out from last week. 4 inclusions for Peel and inclusions for Claremont, and a lot of those inclusions have got busy in that first half. The challenge is, can they do it in the second? 3 debutants out there who've held their own in the first half as well. So third quarter, the EGT WAFL Colts. It's Claremont 9-point leaders at the moment. Probably should be a lot more, but let's see if they can rectify their inaccuracy in this second half, as trailing it was Gallagher driving on top. Patton moved into the ruck for this contest. Off the deck went Giltro. Awkward one to pick up there for Christensen. Rubens got rid of his opponent. Irving, big ball and a good mark taken in the air by Edwards, who is one of those goal kickers. Carson Edwards, that is, for the Tigers. One of a couple there. Short lead from Brooks is ignored, backing himself in. And why not? Kick from about 40 metres, virtually straight in front. I mentioned 2 goals against the Thunder in round 2, and umpire does a bit of too much dancing to behind. So 2 goals 11 for the Tigers. Short ball is Hunt for the Thunder. Going to be forced to come down the line. Patton, the tall Tim down there. Darling got a slight nudge underneath it. Umpire put the whistle away. Faithful wants to get the 1-2 back. Thompson wrapped around, slowed his momentum. Clark comes his way. Gallagher held him and winning it out there. Bin Swanee. They'll get another chance here to set it up through Ballard. Spreading across field of play. Christensen was there. Patton and Edwards, a couple of the rucks there optioned. But the man who won out in the end was Edwards. Quick kick inside 50. Elliott back there. Williams, one way than the other, his agility on full display. Long sweeping handball, they bring it out. Bit of time and space to work with Huxtable, but recognised that he had to put the Jets on. get another handball. Interesting decision. Gallagher down there. And well done by Pure Thunder, because Claremont could have been out there. Another stoppage. Great Guernseys as well on display. Haydock ground here tonight, hence the darker ones for the Thunder. Those great designs. Those balls can be brought back in by Peel through Braden. On 4 inclusions for Peel tonight. Back of their loss last week to West Perth. Both these teams coming off losses. 3-point loss for Claremont to East Fremantle. Just taking that in the field of play was Clark. Judged it well. Got an obvious lead in sight, so just kicks it long down the line. Asked Cooper to fly, and he did well. Got some hang time there, couldn't quite grasp it. Carr wins it out, giving up a fair bit of size there. Darling didn't use that as an excuse though not to give the full contact. Claremont trying to come one way then the other. Benton on the left, was that touched off the boot? Wait to see what happens. No one can take the mark anyway. Clean pick up there, the Thunder. How's the kick deep into the direction of Little? Can he keep it in? And doing a conventional thing, McFarlane just doing enough to knock it over. No, Peel Thunder behind their first score of the second half. Williams went off the left, didn't look overly convincing. It's a chance. Here's Carr coming at full steam, putting his head over it. Elliott. Irving. Got a couple of Thunder players to contend with. Carr wants to take the advantage, and why not? Deep ball, because all by himself was a player free in the form of Crow, but the backs got back and did their job for the Tigers. Would have quite easily been a goal there. See who can break this game open in the second half. Clark around the corner. Tigers have the numbers. Good tackle there. Little going to ground, did enough to pin his opponent. Member of the state summer squad, Xavier Little. X Factor written all over him, especially around the goal. Edwards trying to rip it out. Darling, interesting decision. Get rid of it. That push in the back. They can't be separated once more. Key just lost it for a moment. Williams kept his measure. Tough one to read there. Giller went to ground, got back in an instant. Kick across the face of goal. Big fist came, and is that an infringement? It might be. Claremont players will plead their case. Umpires not having any of it, and Peel Thunder, they threatened for a little while there, and they can go back and have the set shot. Looks like it's Crow who can go around the body here. He does it in the end. The Thunder are back within a kick. The story continues of them taking their opportunities, and they show Claremont what accuracy looks like at the right-hand side of the screen. And Harrison Crowe, 5 goals now. 5 games. Consistency, kick 3 goals. Set against East Perth. Just under a fortnight ago. Can Claremont get a quick response? Rubens breaking through. Great mark, almost taken, and it's going to be paid a mark in the end. Albrecht, the number 45. Couple of players pointing long. They want to go in the direction of Brooks. Brooks is the deepest forward down there. Almost took the mark in the end. Giller on the last line of defence. Have to be careful and just use the last line as his friend in the end. Another behind. No fault of their own for Claremont. 2 goals, 12 now. Short ball for the Thunder. They haven't led at any point tonight. The next milestone to tick off for them. Quite take the mark. Couple players dive on top of it. No prior deemed. Trovarello getting involved there for Claremont. Seen his burst speed be on display a couple times tonight, but in the contest now. Giltro, right at the coalface, spun around. Again, they can't be separated. Cooper got the handball over the top. Claremont coming the other way though. Low ball's a dart, and successful one in the end. The mark's taken, and well done there by the Tigers. Hard ball to stop when a bullet like that comes inside 50. To get it back out to that 10-point margin, which sat in and around the large duration of this game so far. Claremont's accuracy hasn't been on their side, but can this turn the tide perhaps for them? It's a goal that was long awaited, and it's coming through the form of Noah Blakeney, who ties up his own inaccuracy, kicking 2 behinds in the second quarter. He now has the reward he was longing for so long in the end. A bit more breathing room. Blakeney adds for the Tigers, 10-point ball game. They do reply after the last Peel Thunder goal. Next goal, crucial as ever. Big fist from Christensen. Carr lost it in the end, probably could have been penalised. Neither right can get to it. Gallagher through the opponent. And now Trovarello. Going to be caught here is Collins, and letting him know all about it. And that's going to be reversed. Not needed for Peel Thunder whatsoever. Play and the scuffle continues. Collins going to get back a free kick that's been reversed. Christensen involved there. Eventually separated that last goal kicker. Blakeney gets back to his feet. Play continues. Quick kick. How's it going to sit? It might have done enough in the end. Did it hit the post? It did. So that bounce went everywhere, and the heart would have been in the mouth there for Peel, especially since that goal could have came off the back of an unnecessary free kick. Nonetheless, play continues. 11-point ball game. Tension's just starting to lift here. Misjudging it ever so slightly. Huxtable didn't give up on it in the end. Williams shows his poise. Trovarello slams it on the boot. Brooks, big fly. Pringle, just the 4 disposals in that first half. By his own lofty standards, a bit quiet, but doesn't have to be your day, it can be your moment, and they can get the ball moving on here. Long handball over the top. They've got the extra number, Patton. Can he size up the opportunity himself? McCush down there. Robertson eventually took it on the second attempt. And that's as frantic as we've seen it, back and forth, but credit to the Thunder, keeping their cool and getting into the hands of their number one man up forward. Brent Robertson, goal number 2. What a reliable target he's been for this emerging Peel Thunder side. One of the key reasons why they've got 4 wins next to their name after none last year. And say that, they have a bit of inaccuracy themselves. 10 points back down to. Williams afforded the luxury to play on, took a bounce as well. Baked to perfection. Over the back. One end to the other, the pursuit for the 3-time reigning champs. Big fist there from Davison, did enough, but still get over the back for the Tigers. Running it full pelt there. Christensen around the body. Can he be welcomed back into the lineup in the way that he wants to be? But, and it was an awkward one there for Whelan to try and pick up. Christensen and Claremont's 14th behind. Under that couple goals they lead by. Kenna Pringle a bit too much over his head, getting a hand to it was Giltro. Halfway stage just about of this third term. 11 points is margin in favour of Claremont. Friday night footy live from Lane Group Stadium, round 13. So over the halfway point now of this season. Run home will be very interesting. Top 5 in the sights for Peel Thunder. Top position in sights for Claremont. Don't need to say much more in terms of what's on the line. Faithful 1 out. The mark intercepting from Huxtable. Possession number 18. Wants to go in the direction of Christensen. Well, plays Swamp on top, ripping it out there. Edwards, he went himself in the end, and he didn't need teammates around him. He's been one of the key reasons why Claremont have been able to make the most of these opportunities, and Edwards has another next to his name. He's kicked 2-2 now and shrugged off the opponent, and the finish told you the rest of the story. Five disposals and 2 goals, 2 for Tyson Edwards, which means one of his only other disposals hasn't been a shot, telling you the efficiency that he's been having tonight to add to this Claremont group, coming back in as one of 10 changes tonight. 17 points, a bit more breathing room for the Tigers now. Peel Thunder not going to die wondering though. Trovarello, we saw this in the opening half. He backs himself in from long range. Cooper Trovarello. Almost a similar scenario, but just slams into the post in the end. And his speed is hard to match up against when he gets a good goal at it. Faithful. Giller. Overlap run. Positive signs here for the Thunder. Going to be chopped off though by Ben Swanee. Reserves footy last week for him, so no doubt would have been better for the cause. Caught in 2 minds here. Claremont. McCush is going to track down Edwards. Just got the kick out in the nick of time. The fellow number 3 for the Peel Thunder, Giller. He lost it for a moment, and Huxtable has no choice but to see it over. 3-goal margin. The visitors lead by. Good hit out by Darling. Edwards getting creative. Clark sitting underneath it, gonna fly. It was Giller, and Claremont gonna be caught holding the ball. It was a couple of Thunder forwards who combined. McCush And also, looks like Crow there doing enough. So they're just staying within reach here, Pure Thunder. And they go back and convert. Make the most of it. Comes in to get it back to a couple of kicks. He knew it straight away off the boot. The Thunder, they're still well and truly in this. And it's Crow who kicks goal number 2 for the night. Another low disposal, high impact player at the other end for the home side. Fascinating 6 minutes coming up here to close out the third quarter. Can the Thunder find back-to-back goals? Clark doing everything he can to will his side. And Russell combines there with Edwards. Going in the direction there of Little, who's playing from in front, and a mark taken. Move a delayed whistle, but Little out of the contest. Good mark there taken, and just their ability to get it forward in whatever way, shape or form should be commended for the Thunder. Sometimes that's all you have to do, particularly with a player like Little on the end of it. And this is a big kick to get it back to one straight kick. 18 points not too long ago, but things can happen quickly in Colts footy. A bit too much to the right there. 11 points is what it's back to as Williams cruises out of the back half. Goes by hand. Down the line, Hayden Valentine wing attacking it well. Couple of bites at the cherry. Davison. Up and under ball. Who can clunk it? Ideally made for someone like Robertson. It was Patton that time around. Giltro giving a chance there for Irving. Get on the end of it. Hugs the boundary line quite a bit, but Key does well enough. Another state squad member, bottom age prospect in his 17th year, Jacob Key, of 190 centimetres. So excited to see what he can do. Not his best ball, but works out okay. Unicombe. Unicombe, not his best kick. Not on the same page there with Giltro. Slingshot approach here by the Thunder. Got the extra player, Clark, who's going to be caught in his wrong side. Drew the opponent well, went to Cooper. Cooper on the half-forward flank in the direction of Robertson. Robertson just playing from behind and getting back to save the day terrifically in the end. It's the Claremont defender who goes now to the debutant in Rubens. Eager to move the ball on quickly. But the Thunder setting up well, as they've done in the second half. Front positioning. Going back to Irving, they spread. Chipping ball, Key on the end of it. There's time up his sleeve to work with. This time, not a better kick than his last one, which is saying something. Pringle. Ultra consistent year he's having. Down the line, no one really in sight though for the Thunder, although the mark was dropped. And having to just brace himself for the contact was McFarlane. Christensen this time moves into the ruck with Patton. Morello on the outside, he'll be on the end of it now. Does well to keep that in, and great mark there taken by Blakeney. He's looked posing up forward. Opens up the angles. Hewitt. Couple of nice moments stepping up there. Backstage of the third, Blakeney. Claremont winning the quarter by 2 points as it stands compared to the halftime lead that they had of 9. 11 points now. Proverello will get it back. Short ball, dangerous part to turn it over, but it might work out okay. Just stays right in the heart of the ground. Williams is there. Good tackle, holding up opponent. Form of Crow. 2 minutes left. Both sides feel relatively okay. The lead that Claremont have, and Peel Thunder back themselves at home to come home with a wet sail. They get one there. Get one now to make the job a bit easier for them in the last quarter, perhaps. Russell over the head of Robertson. But full stretch. Key. Handball sweeping for Williams. He's been amongst Tigers' best on the left this time. 15 disposals for Elijah Williams. Measured approach out of the back half. Gallagher, 18 disposals for him now, leading from the front. Down the line. Just protect the space well. Might take the mark with Christensen. Ward. Good to knock as he kicked it. Cooper brought it to ground, which is all he needed to do. Goes through a couple of them. Thunder players have numbers at the back. It was a mistimed handball there from Crow. Still stays in the field of play, trying to break his way around. Can they get out of jail here? Little potentially could have had a shot on goal himself. Everyone trying to be a bit too selfless perhaps there. Williams has to be quick, wants the boundary line. That's not going to be a good result though, as Ward can bring it back in. One last chance to bring it back to under a goal at 3/4 time. Just pumps it in hope more than anything. Patton's underneath it. Crow caught up along the boundary line, and 20 seconds under by the time this is thrown up again. We're set for an enthralling finish here from Mandurah, Lane Group Stadium. Tigers need to fight another day. Good run and jump at it there. And you can hear the calls of hold it in, which is exactly what Claremont do. They're going to go into the last quarter with an 11-point lead. So slightly ahead of where they were at half time. But the Thunder, they are right in this, and expect the home crowd here in Manchester to get right behind them as they've done all night. Friday night footy from Lane Group Stadium. Top spot on the line for Claremont. A spot in the 5 on the line for Peel Thunder at home to open up proceedings for round 13. It's all to play for. The final 25 minutes live on the WAFL official YouTube channel. We'll be back for the fourth and final term right after this.
You don't need me to tell you.
Whether you're playing, coaching or umpiring, there's people of all ages, genders and backgrounds in our great game.
Find out more at wafootball.com.au. Teachers have to deal with a lot.
Especially if there's a few troublemakers, hey Bellas.
Give them a hand by letting WA Football visit your school for a lesson in team building, fair play and fun. Search WA Football to find out more.
Hey mates, ready to power up your career with EGT? As a proud sponsor of the WAFL, we're all about teamwork and training winners. With EGT, our apprenticeships in electrical trades are hands-on, so you can start working and earning faster, so you can forget the debt and dive straight into earning. Join us today and get the best of both worlds. Great training with the thrill of the game. Don't just dream about success, wire it up with EGT. Visit egt.net.au and kickstart your career.
Take it from me, great things happen at the WAFL.
Valentine rides and goals.
With free entry for kids, future stars on the ground and a kick to kick at every break. The WAFL is where footy memories start and legends are made. Follow the WAFL on socials or get to a game.
They could have made it round.
Let's have a ball.
Instead, they made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Let's have a day. We'll do the rock. We'll do the ball. Let's have a ball. Don't tell me if you do.
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
For me, football is more than just a game because football can be anything you make it. It can be for friendship, for fitness and for giving back. It's for all genders and ages. It's for those from the Kimberley to the Great Southern. It's for fun, for extra pocket money or for a lifetime career. Football is for everyone, for history and for connection to your community. Football is for all. Search WA Football to find your local club.
Final 25 minutes coming up from Lane Group Stadium. It's been a low but thrilling contest here. EGT WAFL Colts round 13. 4-4-28 Pure Thunder trail. Claremont 4-15-39. Certainly had their chances in front of goal, the Tigers, but nonetheless they hold on to a lead as they've done all night here in Mandurah. An opportunity to go top of the ladder with the 4 points tonight if they can bring it home in the final 25 minutes. Sam Gallagher and Austin Huxtable for the Tigers, leading possession getters on the ground with 18. Drew Clark, the Pure Thunder captain, up to 16 himself to lead the way for the home side. While goal kickers Tyson Edwards has stepped up on return to the team. 2 goals. Harrison Crowe also multi the goal kick up for the Thunder. Noah Blakeney, 1 goal. Harry Brooks, the opener of the night, out for him in this last quarter. Trent Robertson, just the 3 touches, but 1 goal, 1 for him. And Jai Patton, the only other goal kicker for Pure Thunder. So all those players there, low possession, high impact when they've been around the big sticks, but fascinated to see how this last quarter plays out. Pure Thunder have not beaten Claremont in the Colts since round 18, 2022. So a long while between drinks and a fair while between for any of these players would have been near Colts footy pretty much. No doubt plenty of twists and turns to come here at Lane Group Stadium. Kickstart round 13 of the EGT WAFL Colts. 25 minutes left. We'll see which way this one goes. Claremont holding it to an 11-point lead. Trovarello, we've seen this all night really, his ability to burst out of the stoppage. Clark puts his head over it. First goal going to be very impactful here. First game up. Rubens wraps up. Patton. Thompson trying to spin his way out. Hand pass better out wide. Russell there. Clark putting his head over it. Won it back. Pringle just stayed out of it. That worked out in his favour. Up towards the half-forward position. Little has to play from behind. The one-on-one duel there with Ram. And Ram gets a free kick. Wants to go in the direction of Irving. Had a more than serviceable game tonight, but wasn't on the same page there. Williams, it's anyone that could bob it up though and make up for it would be him. Trovarello lost his footing. Diving on top of it, Little playing with some ferociousness. Pringle wins out. We're keen to take the advantage of the player by himself in the form of Edwards. He can play on furthermore. McCush is floated forward. Can he take the mark? He certainly can. And Bowl McCush, the old saying, it doesn't have to be your day, but it can be your moment. He's a player that is capable of stepping up in this last quarter for Peel Thunder. And it's the overage prospect who just good enough separation in the end to get Peel Thunder off to an ideal start in this last term if he can nail the goal. So Bowl McCush on return for the first time since round 9. Comes in, left foot kick. Get right to left drift, but he's after, not quite. Nails through from behind. Ram, the back pocket. Wants to give the tall timber of Darling a chance. Playing from behind was Patton. Hill up. Bovarello uses the bend line as his friend. Pringle protected the space, getting creative outside of the boot there. Plenty of good purchase on it from Thompson. Handball from Edwards, tried to get it forward. That's a handball which sometimes see the balls for insufficient intent. Not that time though. Been anything but a game of 51 points as they make in round 2. There's a free kick coming the way of the Thunder to reduce the current margin even more down. Edwards had the 20 hit-outs tonight. It's disposal number 4, and this is for his first goal in Colts footy. Oliver Edwards, younger brother of Mitch, who of course came through Peel Thunder's system and now playing at Geelong, leading their ruck. Guy is the limit for another Edwards to come through for Peel Thunder. To kick his first goal in Colts footy would be a time to do so. It's just arcing a bit too much there to the left, and well, unfortunately taking a bit of a leaf out of Claremont's book in far as inaccuracy is concerned. Nonetheless, it's under 10 points the margin. Williams out of the back half. Claremont pile on the paint to make them pay at the other end. Could have been a high free kick. Umpire went against it. Sitting underneath it, Ballard, but doing enough to fist it over the line. It was Hunt. Resume battle. Patton in the centre. They're trying Edwards forward. Don't mind it. You have to take some risks in this last quarter. Giller on the end of it. That should be a dangerous tackle, and see that trying to be stamped out of the game. Right call there as Collins mobs up. See he's okay to carry on. Run and fly there. Very ambitious was Fenton. Not 15 call. Good tackle there from Pringle, what he's known for. Comes down the wave, Thunder number 9. Up on the Hayden Ballantyne wing. Closing in was Hewitt. Clark puts his over it. Trovarello's right there with him. Eventually does bounce out. Appreciate your company throughout the course of the evening, live on the WAFL official YouTube channel, where all Colts and WAFL W games housed in season 2026, making it very accessible week to week. Cush went with the one hand. Gallagher took them on, had to get rid of it, did so. Provorello, Cush did stop trying, comes back. Giltro went with the one arm, almost bounced back into his lap in the end. Off a standing set, the Tigers pump it inside 50. Again, tacking it at full speed. Whelan might work out okay. Fenton on the left, great mark there taken by Huxtable. Huxtable's chipping ball and finding Brooks, who ever since he scored that first goal, has continued to present hard, but hasn't had the opportunities that he may be used to. You can still add number 2 here. Harry Brooks. Seeing where the player on the mark is set up. That's not going to phase Brooks too much, and he does what he does best, and that's hit the goal scoring sheet in the form of a multiple goal kicker. Yet again in season 2026. Kicks his 8th goal, averaging a tick under 2 a game, and getting it out to 15 points, which is a handy buffer for the Tigers tonight. Put McCush into the ruck now. So, feeling it's now or never for Peel. Still plenty of time to play out though. 3 goals is what they're going to need, and as well as restricting Claremont at the other end. Trying to rip it out of the ruck, Christensen. Cush moving on quickly. Clark, is that a trip? The Cush wants to take the advantage. You'd want to be sure of it if you did, which he does. Keep the ball moving here. Collins, up against the boundary line, uses it to his full advantage. Can the Thunder find Hooper at ground level on top of his opponent? Quick kick there. Thompson. It's good in terms of inaccuracy. Just need a bit more purchase on it in the end, and we'll have another throw-in. Claremont 3-point loss last week for them against East Row. A similar game as far as scoring is concerned. 39-36 it was in the end. Those behind stacking up to be in their favour tonight as it stands. Big fist came. Was prior deemed. Sure was. The Thunder free kick. I didn't quite realise it, but eventually, Bro. Who can he spot up? No real lead coming towards him. It just puts it up to the goal square. Give Robertson a chance. Ram in there. Thunder eager to keep it in. Robertson just lost it. Going to break his way through. Little. Push and shove continues. Umpire says best way to get on with it is throwing the ball up. Ram, Russell, 2-14s in and under. Want to give away a silly free kick here if you rather subsequently Peel with where they have it. Clark trying to do everything he can. And holding the ball cold. So Gallagher thinks the fellow captain Wins out. Goes across goal. Ram is ignored. Williams just caresses it shortly to Huxtable. Gallagher. Set up this play in the first place. Where does he want to go now? Up towards the wing. Right in front of us, going back with the flight. Christensen and picking up Patton. Sold the dummy well. Floating ball might work out, so the two rucks there combined. Edwards chipping ball is a good one, and Ward is not tempted to play on there. So the Thunder continue to surge forward, but they need to be able to make the most of their opportunity. A few behinds in this last quarter, and challenge for Tom Waters to turn that around. Very capable in front of the goals. And not his best kick, not going to work back enough in time. So both sides really haven't been able to capitalise the way they'd like. 14-point ball game. Not out of it still, the Thunder. One or two more though for Claremont could just about be it. With the hands of Trovarello. Rubens second to it. Teammate isn't this time though. Huxtable goes back. Around the corner. Cooper. Bouncing ball, who can read it best? Ward's kick, it's not going to be 15. He might try and mark this himself. Went with the fist in the end. Long handball, Crow. Going to try and tackle Huxtable. And they break out of jail, do Claremont. Time certainly on their side. Can't block too early. Well, sliding in Whelan. It's been a fascinating battle between him and Brooks. Brooks has kicked the 2 goals, but Whelan held his own. Huxtable again, right place, right time. Elliott. Darling just left it for his teammate. Again, bodied out of it, Brooks. He gave up on it in the end. Thought his opponent wanted to mark there. Didn't quite, but keeps his composure, and Patton takes the mark. Into the corridor now. Davison on the end of it. Does he want to use Clark? He doesn't. Not his best ball, but Rory made a contest of it one way or another. Blakeney, good run and jump. At ground level. Trovarello. Trying to draw the opponent now, Claremont. And the foot race is on. Bounce just sits up for Claremont. Can they get rid of it? Faithful, he's outnumbered. Comes back the way of Edwards. Could use Irving back if he wanted to. Didn't want to do that. And recognising the big man has drifted forward. Darling. Does he have the roost in him to kick from the best part of 50 metres? Doesn't look overly confident. Might just try and set it up in the end. He'll give his best effort. Sets it up. The tip of the goal square. Brooks is down there. But a great mark taken. Again, just hugging the boundary line there. Hunt slides in. Good ball there for Carr. Uses Ward. And Ward now has Crow. Good transition here for the Thunder. Can they get rewarded? McCush is in a one-on-one. Does his own roving in the end. Quick kick around the corner. That bounced out of bounds on the full. It did. So, was the last finish needing a bit of polishing for the Thunder. Mark there with the 1 mitt from Blakeney. Goes short now to Cooper Edwards. And now Hewitt. They've got the game on their terms. Hewitt called to play on the left. Low ball. Then pick up. Tigers. Swanee underneath it. Did everything right. Kept his composure. Through traffic. Collins. Could have kept running. Mark almost taken. Might be Brooks at the bottom of that pack. Wiltro comes in. It's Christensen who gets back onto his feet. And a high free kick. Might be coming the way of Claremont. Off the ball. Not needed because Edwards did pump the ball back the other way for Peel Thunder. And Gabriel Giltro, the number 27 for Claremont, could just about put this out of reach for the Thunder if he can convert. One of the form players of the competition. It's not going to work back enough. He'll knock it through. Could it be going down the middle or getting towards that territory, perhaps for the Thunder? Is Pringle hit up? He is. Wants to play on. Daring approach. Pringle gets it back. Slams it on the boot. With Swanee underneath it. Crow comes for the Thunder. And Swanee, a couple of big moments there. Fresh airy. And Darling in the first game of Reuben going to be caught. Peel Thunder doing anything they can to take advantage, which can't fault their enthusiasm, but just wonder there if that was just a bit too much rushed and if they should have just taken the free kick. The push going back with the flight. Just enough purchase on the end. Faithful. Peel Thunder have to strike soon. Robertson over the top. Sometimes see those paid. Bit unlucky perhaps. Under 7 minutes remaining in this one. Been a close contest all night. Cooper. Didn't want to go for the kick. Collins. And Rubens has a bit of time up his sleeve to work with. Great composure from the first game up. Faithful has to just brace himself for the contact. Giltro. And also Albrecht. Kick smothered. Going to come back to Huxtable. Run and carry. Stay in the field of play. Just stops and props for a sec. Hunt. Around the corner. Carr. Here we had to make an impact. Russell. One out though by the Tigers. And Torpedo to the top of the square. Christensen around the corner. It's been Edwards' night. The Edwards brothers, can they combine? No, they can't. And another behind for the Tigers. 5 goals. 16 now. 5 goals, 17 I should say. Believe it or not. They might not come back to bite them though. Great mark there taken from Hewitt. He's done that on multiple occasions tonight. Find a sealer. Run and jump. Christensen holding his leg there. Hope he's okay. Have a boundary thrown as the clock continues to run. Under 5 minutes to play out. Seemingly Claremont's game to lose. 16 points. Anything can happen though. Giltro wants to hold it in. Novarello holds it in as well. Valuable second off the clock for Claremont. Can't quite break it in, which they're not complaining about. 4 minutes away from 4 points for them. They won their previous last 8 up until last week. Sometimes not the worst thing to not get the points, but that's their aim tonight, as it is every week. But sometimes, as they say, you learn more through losses than you do through wins. Great attack there from Little. It's now or never for Peel Thunder in the direction of Robertson. Can he hold his own, as he does each and every week? Patton's coming across. They'll try and rush this through to suspend, although they do well to keep it in. It might be a turnover. Mark taken. Looks like Russell just simply has to go in for Peel Thunder to be any chance of stealing a late victory. A bit of an issue in this last quarter, finishing off their work. And is that a mark taken? It is. So Patton, the first goal scorer for Peel Thunder tonight. He knows he has to go quick, and quick he does. And you just never know in this game. Patton has his second goal for the night. And he can say, get the ball back quickly. Clock continues to run. 10-point ball game, which it's been in and around that for majority of the night. 9, 10, 11 points. Take your pick. It's 10 at the moment. But clock does continue to run. Just over 2 minutes. Everything would have to go right for the Thunder. McCush in the ruck. Pringle doing anything he can to take the ball forward. Carr. Expect him to slam it on the boot. He does. Inside 50. Robertson's down there. Just pushed underneath it. And a good tackle applied. Darling, holding free kick coming the way of the Thunder. McCush. Would he go for home himself here? Doesn't want to do that, just wants to kick to the top of the square. Can a mark be taken? Edwards had no prior. Key doing everything he can to wrap the ball in. Ball given back quickly to the umpire. Edwards. Claremont just hold it in. A minute on the clock. Seems unlikely. It is at the end that they want it, the Thunder. Carr. And Claremont get the desired outcome. They've never wanted a point to be conceded more in their life. And looks like they'll do enough here to hold on. Don't come to Mandurah too often, but they want to make it worthwhile, which hasn't been the most perfect game from their end in terms of scoring, which they'll admit, but sometimes you just have to win ugly, which is what the best sides do. They've been a powerhouse and a juggernaut. That's why they've won the last 3 premierships and searching for their 4th straight. Already a dynasty at Tigerland. What more can be added? Brave effort though by Peel Thunderers. Little fumble there from Fenton. A ball seen out. That'll just about be it for Friday night footy here. A brave Peel Thunder. Did never die wondering, but Claremont class prevails. They come home with a victory of 9 points in the end. Peel Thunder kept on coming late, but those points came back handy in the end for the Tigers. Full time, 5-8-38 Peel Thunder, 5-17-47 Claremont. Looking at some of the key contributors, it was the leaders who stood up for Claremont Austin Huxtable leading possession getter with 26. Sam Gallagher, co-captain, 25. Elijah Williams had some great moments for the boys with 24 off half-back and through middle as well, while Drew Clark and James Whelan shared the duties for the ice disposal winner for Peel Thunder, 18 apiece. Goals, Tyson Edwards kicked 2 goals from his 7 possessions. Harry Brooks on return to the lineup, 2 goals, and with the PSA being on a bit more of a holiday break, he'll no doubt get some continuity at Colts level towards the back half of the season. Harrison Crowe, 2 goals as well, and Jai Pat kicks the last and the first for the Thunder. Big man in his 3rd game of footy. Noah Blakeney kicked 1 goal as well for Claremont. Trent Robertson continued his goal-kicking ways, even if it was just a single tonight for Peel Thunder. So it's Claremont who go top of the ladder. We wait to see what happens to the remaining games for round 13. 3 games, of course, coming up for the remainder of that tomorrow, including East Perth hosting Perth at Sullivan Logistics Stadium. South Fremantle hosting Subiaco at Fremantle Oval. A win would get South Fremantle right with the even ledger that Claremont has now gone to. And West Perth, Swan Districts up at Joondalup, HI Health Insurance Oval, a night game there, which I'm looking forward to being on the call. All games will be, of course, caught on the WAFL official YouTube channel as done tonight. And for these sides, next week, Claremont have a top-of-the-table clash, it seems, with South Fremantle next week. So that's a mouth-watering clash back at their home ground of River Fitness Stadium. While for Peel Thunder, they'll make the trip to go to Goodgrosser Park to face East Fremantle, which is another tough opponent to them, but they are certainly improving in season 2026. But the wait for their next win over Claremont has to wait a little while. It's been close to 4 years between drinks, and they'll have to wait a little bit longer as Claremont run away with a victory of 9 points. Full-time here from Main Group Stadium. 5-8-38 Peel Thunder, 5-17-47. Winner for Claremont. Been a pleasure to be on the call for you. Signing off from Mandra from Main Group Stadium. The Tigers keep on keeping on.